What's up, guys? This is Time Pass, and as I promised in the last review, today we're gonna be taking a look at the granddaddy of all Gundams, which is not actually fitting into frame. There you go. So let's take a look at it, shall we? First of all, the box art looks great. High grade Universal Century, Mobile Suit Gundam, RX-78-2, EFS prototype close combat mobile suit, Gundam, yeah, the usual stuff. Flipping to the side here, you can see there's the Gundam with all of its natural poses, I guess. The weapons. And flipping to the other side here, you get some story, some more story, and of course the retail price. If you can't make it out there, it's 1,000 yen, but I got it for 45 ringgit, and yes, this is pretty cheap. So that's enough of the box. Let's get into this figure right now. And that right there is the RX-78-2 Gundam REVIVE, fully snap build with all of the stickers. Now first of all, you may look that, wow, this is a pretty blocky mobile suit, and believe me, that is how Gundams looked in the past. As you can see here, this is a pretty much more sleeker version of the RX-78-2 high grade that we got back in the days. And believe me, when I say back in the days, there were a lot of RX-78-2 high grades out there. Basically meaning that this is not the 3.0 high grade. And yes, just like any other high grade, there are stickers, but the sticker sheet that we get here is a pretty small sheet. Now of course we do get the standard eye stickers, which I already used there, but here's a neat thing though. Behind that sticker there is actually a clear part, and these stickers right here, number 2 and 3, those go behind the clear part, and when light passes through them, they reflect the light. Now of course I didn't use them for some reason, because I really like these foil eyes. They do catch light much more better. Then you get sticker number 4 here, which is for the crotch V there. You hardly notice it's a sticker at all. And of course these last one, number 5 and 6, those go for the head cameras and of course the back camera there. So in terms of stickers, these are not the worst. It's basically all color accurate, aside from that crotch V. Now you may have seen that this Gundam has a lot of panel lines here and some seam lines, but these seam lines do blend in with the design of it. So that's pretty cool. Also, I should note that this Gundam right here is pretty solid. It's like a brick, but it's a posable brick. Because during the double Quanta review, this actually fell from the table, and I'm surprised it actually held up. Now there are no actually cracks here. I was expecting the V-fin to break, but it didn't. So yeah, let's take a look at posability. So the head here is on a ball joint. It can look up that far and look down that far, really menacing. It can move the 360-degree rotation, a little bit of side to side. And do we get that giggity giggity? Let's try it. Yeah, we do get it. The shoulder is connected on a polycap, which does not swing forward. It actually swings upwards right there. And the arms here are connected to a hinge joint here, which allows you to get some wicked high arm posability, which is kind of weird. I would expect to see a forward moving, because as you can see here, it does not move, but it gets the job really decent. But I wish it could move out much more instead of up. But that's a personal taste. This will come in handy later. Now the bicep, there is a swivel here. And the bend at the elbow is on 2 joints, so you can get the double jointed elbow, which is nice. On the old high grade, it was only a 90 degree. And the hands, standard ball sockets. They do basically what every other high grade hand ever. Now the waist does have a bit of rotation, but it's pretty limited. As for the arcing back, yeah, it's pretty decent, but it gets the job done. Now the front skirts, I see on most reviews that they don't talk about splitting the side front skirts, but I guess I'm the only YouTuber to do that. I guess so, because if there are other YouTubers who do this, then let me know. But I cut the front skirts and they move independently. which is okay. It does make them a little bit loose at times, but a soul for a soul, right? And the legs, yeah, the legs here, they move really nicely forward. Look at that, it's a really nice high kick. Now to the back, they don't move. And the side skirts do move up and can rotate out of the way. Same as the other side here. And do they move out? You do get a full, yeah, you do get the splits. It's pretty nice. Now the thigh rotation is present. You do get it, okay, you do get it all the way around. As for the bend at the knee though, it's, yeah, pretty awesome. A double jointed knee. On the old high grade, it was only a 90 degree. Now the ankle here can move down that much, up this much, which is really nice. And this ankle armor can move up and down. And as for pivots, this has to be the weakest of the high grade revive possibilities. So that's it. You don't get any more pivots than that. Not even full rotation at the leg. So all you get is up and down, but no pivots. That is pretty weak. But the rest, it's pretty nice. Now, first of the accessories, we're going to take a look at the beam sabers, which are stored here at the back. You can remove one, just like that. And then you can stick in the beam effect and plug that into his hand. And there you go. You have yourself a beam saber. It's pretty standard, and it doesn't fit into the hand all that well. Up next is the ever famous beam rifle, and of course the shield. Equipping this is a snap, and that right there is the Gundam that we know and love. And I gotta say, this does complete the look. Now the beam rifle itself does have a few posability options. You can move the scope here, and you can move the side handle like this. And the shield, it pegs onto the hand. All you gotta do is take off the cover and then plug this into the hand, put on the cover back, and you can put it on the hand using that special attachment, and there you go. You can put it on the other side as well. And if you want even more firepower, you can use the trigger finger to also hold the bazooka. But sadly, you can't even put the rifle anywhere on the mobile suit. But don't you worry, because Gunpla is freedom. You can use the grabby hand for the bazooka, and you can use the trigger finger for the beam rifle. So technically, you have dual wielding options right here. And yes, it is a snug fit. And if we come to the back and remove this piece from the butt skirt and replace it with this piece, you can clip the bazooka on there for storage. And for the shield, there is the peg and there's the backpack, and you can just plug this in. And basically what you have now is weapon storage. Although the beam rifle can be in the hand, it can't be stored on the mobile suit, but that's fine. Just keep it in the hand. It's simple. And to top it all off, yes, he does come with open hands. As for size, this guy stands just below the 5-inch mark. So for size comparisons, here he is next to First Grade Exia, SDBB Senshi, Force Impulse Gundam, and a same mobile suit from the same timeline, the Jesta Cannon. And as you can see in late UC, yeah, the Gundam is a bit short compared to what you get from Unicorn, but it is the standard size of a high grade. So that concludes the review. So what are we going to talk about for the verdict? Well, negative. Yes, the ankles. And some color accuracy issues are not even there. I just noticed that the parts here, they're supposed to be in gray, but they're not. Also, yeah, the ankle pivot is not great compared to what you get on the IBO line and the Double O Quanta. But what are you going to talk about for positives? Well, for positives, this thing is solid. Furthermore, the Revive Gundam is actually pretty cheap. Even, let's say, cheaper than what you get from the Double O line. It retails for 1,000 yen, the same price for a Double O Diver and the Gundam Barbatos, which for themselves practically the same level of quality. Furthermore, the RX-78-2 has a really simple build, and so simple that I think this Gunpla was made for the veterans and most likely for the juniors, or what you may say is people who are new in Gunpla. So yeah, the RX-78-2 Revive here is actually a pretty good kit, a really good kit, which, as what I'm saying here, I highly recommend it for anyone who wants a solid build and great posability for their kits. Not to mention the joints here, as you can see, this is the purpose of the joints that swing upwards, to create that last shooting pose. Now of course, some people might argue that this is not the best version of the RX-78-2 and they say that the master grade and real grades are the best version. But like I said, these high grades are made for those who want a great representation of the RX-78-2 Gundam for a profitable price, and by that I mean affordable price. So, do I recommend it? Absolutely. This thing does get the thumbs up. I cannot stress this enough. Buy this if you're a great fan of Gundam. So that's it. I'm Time Foss, and I'll see you in the next review. Take care, guys.